Next up, at UFC Singapore, we have Waldo Cortes-Acosta. He's taking on Lukasz Brzeski. Waldo Cortes-Acosta, 9-1 overall, 4-1 in his last 5. He's coming off his first ever career loss. He's taking on Lukasz Brzeski, 8-3 overall, 2-1 in his last 5. He's coming off that decision loss to Carl Williams. This is a pretty straightforward fight. One of the fights that I agree with the line. We got Waldo Cortes. This guy's a fun, athletic striker. He's tough as nails. He has very real power. He does get flashy. We've seen him dancing and doing all those things in the middle of the cage.
Ooh, hold on.
I got the shoulder. I got the hips. Anyway, Waldo, that's not his dance. He's a salsa dancer.
Well, let's see a little salsa.
I don't have those kind of hips. I got Italian hips. You could even do salsa. Was that the? Oh well, it sounded like it was the theme song to that horror
Can you put
show.
the chapstick down?
Yeah, my bad. Twilight Zone. Anyway, Waldo Cortes. This guy's athletic. He's fast. He hits hard, and he's insanely tough. He doesn't have the best takedown defense, but he's very, very athletic, and he can stay up for the most part. I keep mentioning how tough he is. We watch this dude's legs get absolutely beat to shit in almost every single fight, and he seems completely unaffected. He just keeps coming. Jared Vanderaa hit that dude's legs more than anybody has ever hit anybody's legs in a fight, and Waldo Cortes just kept moving like it didn't matter. But he is athletic. He hits hard, decent striker, all the things. He's taking on Lukasz Brzeski. This guy's a well-rounded guy as well. He's got solid power, solid speed, decent takedowns, nice leg kicks. Sort of a concern there. He's also athletic, but not as athletic as Cortes. And Lukasz will work in some spinning attacks. The problem with Lukasz is if you pressure him, you start throwing at him, he'll turn his head, he'll look away. He doesn't deal well with that forward pressure. I think Waldo wins this fight. I think Waldo's going to be able to control the striking. We know how insanely tough he is. Lucas's leg kicks are a bit worrisome because, I mean, eventually that hitting this guy's legs are going to work. I imagine anybody who's fighting him, their coaches are like, well, his leg kicks are right there. Just take him when you want him. But I think Waldo Cortes wins this fight. He is the other half of that parlay that I mentioned earlier with Rolando Bedoya. But pretty confident in Waldo here, mostly the athleticism and the forward pressure and offensive striking because I don't think Lukasz backs up very well. What do you think, Jakey boy?
Yeah, me and Waldo have had a little bit of a spat on Twitter. I don't know if you remember that one, but I basically said the same thing that you said, that this guy just gets blasted in his legs. He just salsa dances, laughs at it, and he doesn't have the sense of urgency to win fights. And then he's kind of just proved me wrong. I mean, he's come through and he toughs through his situations, and I gotta tip my cap because leg kicks are no joke. I mean, Neil Magny and Chris Weidman is how Waldo should be reacting to these leg kicks, if not worse. I mean, he is getting absolutely blasted, and it looks like his legs are titanium. It does not affect him at all. So it's, hats off to him for his toughness, and that's all it really comes down to in this fight. I think he's going to be the better striker, the cleaner striker. He doesn't seem like he gets tired. He doesn't seem like he takes damage at all. So there you go. Well, I mean, Waldo's the pick. This is probably it's probably not the most exciting fight in the world. They're both kind of tough dudes. They can both probably just be, just regular ass boxing for 15 minutes. But you know how I feel about heavyweight fights. I can't stay in them. But Waldo, on paper, he should probably dominate this fight.
We haven't seen a heavyweight fight. When was the last heavyweight fight we saw? Was it?
Oh my God, we just saw one last week or the week before. Sloppy fest.
Yeah, Derek Lewis. Sloppy fest. It was a minute.
What?
Oh, and we saw Martin Bidet.
Yeah, what an incredible fight that was.
That actually was. Yeah, we had just listed 2 that were finishes. Shut the hell up.
Oh, my God. Yeah, Sloppy Bidet submitting somebody.
Anyway, Waldo Cortes, the pick. I do have him in that parlay. I'll have to look at his DraftKings stats before I make a decision there. I don't know if he's going to get a finish here because he's powerful, he's busy, he's tough, he's all those things. I don't know if he's a big-time finisher, and Lukasz can be tough, even though he, literally turns his head away from strikes coming in. You trust Waldo enough in DraftKings at $9,100?
He's probably not going to score a lot.
Probably not. I will look at his previous scores and go from there because he beat Chase Sherman, he beat Jared Vanderaa in that fight, and then he's coming off that loss to Marcos Rogerio de Lima, but that was really because of the takedowns, and Lukasz does not really have. He does have decent takedowns, but he's not the lumbering beast that is Marcos Rogerio.
Kind of
So I don't think
feels
he's going to be able to
like
bully it forward.
kind of feels like Waldo's due for a knockout.
To get one? I mean, he is a very good striker and he's powerful. He just hasn't connected.
It feels like kind of a tall guy. It just feels like it's going to be that moment where he's going to get knocked out. I might do personally. I don't think I'm going to do it for premium or anything, but personally, I might just because I'm going to be watching the fight at fucking 6 in the morning. We'll probably sprinkle.
I'm actually looking forward to the early start time.
Oh my god, I'm awake anyway. I mean, I usually wake up at 4 a.m. and I'm usually doing this, and so I'm going to be up. I can't wait to sit there with my warm coffee.
The only real hindrance to my schedule is. So you guys know I'm a full week ahead.
Starbucks doesn't open until 5. When are you going to get your Mocha Choca pumpkin latte?
Dude, I just drink straight up black coffee from the Keurig.
That's not what your cholesterol says.
I'm not a fancy boy when it comes to the coffee. Anyway, I'm very utilitarian with coffee.
You slam that chapstick on that, too.
I have one a day. I have one coffee a day. It's just to push everything out to start the day, and that's it. I don't have one in the afternoon. I don't have one later. That's it. Anyway, I like the morning fight because... Like you said, I get to wake up. The kids will probably they'll be asleep for a while. And the house isn't chaotic yet. I can just watch the fights and enjoy. I'll watch them in the guest room under the covers like how you watch fights in my house. The only issue is I have to have everything for UFC Paris 100% done because that card's going to be over before lunchtime and I got to flip the website for UFC Paris. So if you're a premium member, you're going to get basically an extra event because Saturday midday this event's going to flip, not Saturday late at night. Like last week, the website flipped at 1 o'clock in the morning. Not
I'm
this
bored.
week. It'll be around lunchtime. Because right now you're bored?
Yeah, that was a long...
Why don't you go ahead? Why don't you go ahead? You break this one down.